And then I got scammed.
Oh, unali experience.
Kinali first hand. That's why every time people are like...
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Chica Travel Podcast. Super excited about today's episode. I have got Pitsi Sathekge, and we are going to be talking about group travel. I love group travel. And actually, she's dancing. I'm excited to talk to you specifically about group travel because actually, I will tell you before I say that, let me welcome you to the podcast first. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Lelo. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Awesome.
Nervous, but excited.
Excited because it's something we love.
Yes.
So two of my friends, actually, they are my friends because I met them on a group trip in Lamu. We had gone to Lamu. They were on my trip. They met there and they were sharing a room. And so the year after, they went on one of your trips to Brazil. And when they came back, because Brazil is a place I haven't been to that I want to go to, I asked, how was it? And the feedback was super phenomenal.
Yes.
So when I wanted to talk about group trips on this podcast, I knew I have to talk to you. So how did you get started with even the whole travel thing, let alone group trips?
Oh my God. I think it found me quite literally because look, everything started in 2020 and I think everything started in 2020 for everyone. So in 2020, we had to put everything down and we were all at home. I was a fashion designer with a boutique, online boutique, but we couldn't make clothes. So I was only stuck making PPE. Masks and all that stuff.
Were you also making leather PPE masks?
No, I should have. I should have, but no, I was just making PPE for prisons, different and selling to customers as well. But it was quite boring. And it was months on end. So we all thought, okay, this is going to be 20, I don't know how many days it was, 26, 21 days. That
21,
first, yes. But after that, it was like, no, this is taking forever. And in that period, then I had people, I was online a lot. There was a lot of challenges, the don't rush. I was handing the brush to myself because I have no one to hand it to. So then I started creating content, but my content was all over the place. And I decided to niche down because that's what I was seeing online. Everyone who was talking about creating content was saying, you need to have a niche, you need to have a niche. And I was fighting the niche thing because, I'm a law graduate, I'm a fashion graduate, I'm a designer. I felt like I'm a lot of things.
I can do it all. Yes.
Until I realized, no, that's not how, there's so many people who are succeeding in this thing that are telling me to pick a niche. I need to just pick a niche. So I sat with my friends and I said, you know what, guys, I'm going to do travel. How are you going to do travel if everything's closed?
It's locked down.
I was like, it's fine. This is my time to plan and prepare. So the plan was for me to just do travel content, never group trips.
So you had traveled before.
Yes.
And it was something you loved.
It's something I loved.
Hence you decided travel.
Yes.
Okay.
So the first time, I'll get to the first time I traveled internationally and in general. But that's how I got into travel content, right? And it just so happened that things started happening in life that kind of led me to it. Sometimes we make plans and it sits there. You're like, I'm going to do travel content. Don't worry, I'm going to do travel content. I'm going to do it. And it never happens. But the universe heard me and everything started aligning. The first time we could travel after COVID was 2022. And it was my 30th.
So 2021,
2022 was a comfortable time to travel. And I was like, this is it. It was my 30th birthday. But I planned out the content, but I didn't really plan the trip myself.
Okay.
So I booked with an agency. And then I got scammed.
Oh, unali experience.
Kinali first hand. That's why every time people are like,
we will get
don't
into
scam
that
us.
later.
I'm like, listen. So so I got scammed, which then led me to dig into how this, what do travel agencies do? And I got into that because I wanted to find out, how are they scamming us? I've paid you 3 months in advance. How are you scamming me? Which then led me to, I started booking my own trips. Then I started giving people tips on how not to get scammed, how much things cost, and that became my content. So I knew I wanted travel content. I didn't even know how
and what in travel do you want to talk about,
and how do I stand out. because you need to stand out.
Yes.
So I realized as I was doing my research, I'm not finding, there's a number of things I'm not finding from the people that are already doing this. Pricing was a major key point. Like, how much is it? I see it's beautiful.
And that's always the first question you get. People want to know how much.
Yes. And it was a time where Instagram was still quite, it felt exclusive. Like people are, the influencers are in a completely different world from us.
Yeah.
So then I brought in videos where I broke down all my trips down to the cent. Like ice cream was R3.90 or R10 or whatever.
That's amazing.
And that's like it did well online. That's how I got into it. That's how I started.
So while you're on there, we'll get back to when you started traveling.
Yeah.
What was the scam for you? They just did not book things? How were you scammed?
Yes. So that guy did not book my flights. So I had only booked flights with him, not a full package with...
Okay.
So what makes it worse is I had booked a flight to Thailand. I was supposed to spend my 30th birthday in Thailand.
Imagine.
I prepared and booked for like my birthday dinner, paid for that, the reservations. I paid for the hotels. I paid for everything else. And then I contacted him for the flights. And what's funny, or I don't know, with the story is... the difference between me booking the flights myself and him booking them for me was like 1,000 Rand, somewhere there.
Sure.
So it was like, ke batla save 1,000 Rand.
Yes.
But something in my gut is like, just spend this 1,000 Rand. But then I didn't listen to that and I booked with him. And he sent me a booking confirmation, just a confirmation PDF. So I didn't know better. I just thought, okay, everything is sorted. Come to find in my research, find that he's just sent me what we call like it's an itinerary, but it's not the tickets. There's no ticket number. There's nothing. 4 days before we travel, and it's also 5 days before my birthday, I'm like, hey, actually, where are the tickets? Because now I'm trying to go in to manage my booking and trying to see if I could upgrade my flights, whatever. And he's like, oh, the airline canceled your flights. And I was like, no, look, I have traveled. Not much, but this doesn't sound right. I'm like, what do you mean? And just the feeling, I'm turning 30, but I felt like it was stroke. Just the pain of being scammed. It's not a good thing. It's not nice. Like people can end up in hospital. People could die.
It's the most ruthless thing. It's very cruel. Like it's horrible.
And it takes away from the moment.
The joy.
Now it's taken away from my birthday celebration. I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm trying to go to Thailand. So I'm looking for alternative flights. The flights have doubled in price. It's no longer what it was a couple of months ago. I didn't budget for that.
So you had to buy new tickets now?
Yes. So we had to get new flights, but we ended up going to Zanzibar, which again, it's like the universe working in mysterious ways, because that week of when I was supposed to be in Thailand, it was flooding in Thailand.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. It was flooding in Thailand. I made it to Zanzibar, and now it's gone from like a mid-range luxury trip to a budget trip, because now we've lost money.
Of course. You had paid for everything.
So I'm like, we still have to make the best of it. And I ended up in Zanzibar, which is ironically the best-selling group trip that I have.
Oh, wow.
Now.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, I can't wait to get into that. Okay. So when did you then decide, okay, I'm going to, maybe first, before I even ask you that, when was your first trip outside of South Africa?
My first trip, I was thinking about this today. I actually don't know the exact month. I know the exact trip. But I think it was in 2017. I was still in varsity, and my first trip out the country was actually to China.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So Nerea Gongzo, because I used to sell hair.
Business lady.
I've always been an entrepreneur. I just have it in me. I was always selling something, hair, shoes. So I was selling hair, but I was always bringing it in. And a friend of mine was like, no, she's traveling to China with her mom. Would I like to join them? And I was like, definitely. It's my opportunity to meet the supplier and to be there with people that I know and not by myself.
Nice.
So my first trip was actually to China. And then it was followed by Mauritius. But China was it.
Okay, wow. And how did you feel like when you were in China? Did you feel like, you went because you were, for you it was almost like work in a way. Did you also feel like, I could actually come here and just visit? Or not really?
Yes, I did. Like I landed and it was such an eye-opener for me. Everything, all the problems I had in South Africa felt like nothing. I was like, the world is so big. my problems are so small. And like I was in a relationship at that time, and it, things were not going well, but it just felt like that was my world, and I had to make it work. But once I landed and I saw all the people who are so different, 99% of the people, Chinese people, different language, different environment, different systems. Everything is different. Nothing is the same, and it's nothing I know. It just changed my perspective on life. So my first trip it was mainly work, and we're playing it very safe. So we only ate like McDonald's and KFC.
Boring.
Yeah, but there was an urge in me to like, no, there's street food. Let's try it. My friend, she had been there, I think once before me or 2 times before, but she still had that fear as well.
Yeah.
But the second time we went, I was like, we're eating everything.
Let's try
everything.
Yes.
We're taking that taxi. Let's get out of the city a bit. Let's break away. But the first trip, I was very safe. It was just, I was also just following, like, okay, where are we going? What are we doing? But there was just that curiosity of like, what's that? It smells nice. Oh, what are they doing there?
Yeah.
But then you just have to focus on it.
And all it takes is that curiosity. And it's like, okay, now let me go and actually see what is in there. Let me go and taste that food. Does it only smell good, or does it also taste,
Did I
good?
die?
So,
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love it. Okay. Now, back to group trips.
Yes.
The first one, what was the decision on, now I'm going to start doing group trips? Did you start a travel agency? Because you said you wanted to now investigate how do they work and stuff like that. So when did that decision come now to say, I'm going to start a travel agency and I'm going to start doing these trips?
So, okay, the decision to start a travel agency came later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the group trips, I was also just supposed to be a host. So I was initially supposed to work with a different travel agency. They had approached me, we had a meeting, and I was like, look, I think I can pull like 10 people. Yes. I think out of the 50 at the time, there must be about 10 people who come with me on a trip. So I think I can pull about 10 people. We had meetings, we set it out. Zanzibar was the destination, but we just couldn't agree. We couldn't get to the end of that, that agreement and the pay and how much they're going to pay me. It just wasn't working out, which takes me back to why I say the universe it will put the puzzles there and the obstacles and everything else. So by the time I realized that deal was not working out, I had already committed and posted on my stories say, guys, guess what? We're doing this group trip. I'm going to announce the date. Yeah, I'm going to announce the date soon. And now everybody's my DMs. Waiting. Yeah. Hello. Hi, Sisi. Hi. Imali ready. What's going on? And I was like, oh my word. And I hate committing to things online, especially, and then I don't do them. So I said to my sister and my partner, I was like, I think I can do it. Let me just try and, put things together. I love researching anyway. I've always been the one who puts together the trips that we take with friends. And, I'm the organizer. I'm the one that knows what we're doing, where we're going, what's happening there. So, I planned it.
Okay.
And I was like, I just have to get through one. This one that I promised is the only one I have to get through. How do I do it? I don't have a website. I don't have anything. They had everything because they were going to do all the admin. They were going to
And you were just hosting.
I was just going to arrive and host and have a good time with my people. And so I had to do all that admin, which was hectic, right? And my sister was like, no, just do a Google form. Start with what you have. So it started with fill in a Google form, and I'll take your details from there. Then I'll email you and contact you. So I was like, okay, even if I get 6 people. So now I'm lowering the number because I'm like,
actually, you're scared of the stress.
Like, even if I get 6 people, it's fine. And at the end of that week, I had 90 people who filled in the form.
Yeah.
And I was so overwhelmed. I was like, I can't take 90 people.
No.
What?
And how do I choose?
Yes, and how do I choose? So I then said, okay, let me do a group 1 and group 2. Then I'll just do 2 trips and that's it. Then I'm closing this thing.
Done.
I can move on with my content creator life and my online store and everything. And I did the first 2 trips and they sold out.
Wow.
Right.
So how many people did you have per trip?
So my first one, it started with the 10. But I slowly, I eventually traveled with 16.
Okay.
Right. Which still felt very overwhelming at the time. But the second one had 20 because my partner and my sister kept telling me like, no, come on, you can do it. Bus like the 20 people fit in a bus. Let's fill a bus. So I did the first one and I did the next one a month later. So it was like end of November going into December and then January. Nice. And I thought it was done. But once I did the first one, and then people saw what we were doing they were like, there has to be more. Do more. So then
and you enjoyed it as well.
Yes. I realized, okay, I think I can do this. I just have to, I mean, I'm learning. There's mistakes, obviously.
Of course.
And there's grace, thankfully, from the people who follow me, because they know that this was what it was supposed to be. And now I'm trying to start it on my own. There was so much grace from, especially my first group. They hold a special place in my heart.
know.
Because
so cool.
they literally allowed me to make those mistakes, and they listen. They know it was hard, and they just pushed through with me. Not that it was a terrible trip.
Yeah.
It's just that compared to how my trip goes now,
then you were starting out, and I think with even now with your experience, I think the most important thing when you are traveling is also to know that things can go wrong.
Yes.
And when they do go wrong, you just need to be flexible, because I think that's why some people also, they get so angry when things don't go the right way. It happens, whether you're experienced or not experienced, it happens. You just need to be flexible enough to actually say, okay, I'm not going to let this ruin my whole trip. What else can I do?
It's a moment.
So it's things that happen. Yeah. Okay. So Zanzibar was your first, and it was the hit. And now it's your best-selling trip. Yeah. Why do you think ladies love
Zanzibar?
Brazil is in my mind.
I think. Hey, you want to see yourself in Brazil? I think they like it and love it because it's. With Zanzibar, just in general, it's the distance. It's not too far out. Yeah. It's very safe with regards to if you want to do your first. I know some people don't consider it international, but Oksala, you in Terminal A,
when
you are getting
your
that passport
gets stamped,
and you're leaving the country. So it's a safe trip to start with for sure. I always recommend it as well. It's beautiful. It's got everything we women like. It's got the beach. It's got the water. It's got the beautiful, aesthetically pleasing places where I can wear my bikini. It's got the boat rides. I think it's the perfect package, especially for someone who wants to get out of the country for the first time.
It's proper.
I love it.
Okay. And so group trips generally, what do you love about hosting them? Because when you started, you said it was not meant. It was just like a once-off thing, but now it's become your thing.
Yes.
What did you love? What do you love currently even the most about hosting people on a group trip?
I like the sense of community. And one of the reasons I wanted to host a group trip or two was because navigating adult friendships is just so difficult. People are getting married and having kids, and you're just there as like, I just want to travel. Like, when are we traveling? And they're like, okay, Chomi, I'm going to commit to September. September comes, they have other commitments. There's so many things that happen in people's lives, especially after high school and varsity. All of us kind of spread out. And in as much as everyone would like to move together, it's just not possible. And then you go and you try and meet. It's difficult to you can't walk into a restaurant and say, hey, girl, I think you're so cute. Let's be friends.
Can we be friends?
Yeah. Or do you like to travel, So I like the sense of community that it builds, and you meet like-minded individuals. And obviously in a group setting where there's 20 people, not everyone is going to be your person, but you're definitely going to find your person somewhere in there. And that's what I love. Yeah. And as a host, it's even more difficult because
you must be nice with everybody.
I'm nice with everyone, but it's almost like they know I'm on the job. So there isn't that. I've connected with a number of people, and then I've connected with a very small number on a friendship level. And I've also had to come with terms with that. It's okay. Yeah, I don't have to be friends with all 20 people.
Yeah.
As long as everyone has had a good experience.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and your reason for actually loving the group trips is similar to mine as well. Like it's the fact that people want to travel, but they don't always have people that are there available to travel when they want to travel. So group trips are great. You don't need to check your friends. We struggle to even just meet for lunch as friends. So now travel is another thing.
Imagine airport trophy. When are we going to get to the airport?
Exactly, all together. So definitely that resonates. So what do you do when you host a trip in the beginning, right at the beginning, when people are getting there to get everybody to gel and or do you just let it go naturally, or the friendships to form naturally, or is there anything that you do at the beginning to kind of get, because some people also come Bali nervous. Am I going to find someone that I connect with, So there's a lot of those fears. How do you manage those right at the beginning?
So what I decided to do, and we still do it now, is we have a welcome dinner or welcome drink. So we have an evening where everyone is there. And I decided to take it up a notch and have them, all those events be color themed. So all our group trips, like everyone will get an invite about 3 months before we travel to say, hey, you're invited to our welcome drinks event. Please come dressed in your pink sunset best, you know? So everyone is there dressed in the same color. It almost like it unifies us. There isn't one person standing out from the other. You know, we're there, and it shows that we're there together. And then during the evening, at some point, I always say it's just a little game, but it's not really a game. It's just an introduction. So everyone just introduces themselves, lets us know why they took the leap to travel with strangers.
Oh, that's so
and then
cool.
they just have to let us know what kind of traveler they are. So it would be like, hi guys, I'm Pitsi. I decided to travel with or come here by myself and meet new people because my friends are all pregnant.
Yeah. Or all married and I'm not. Yeah.
And I am the kind of traveler I am on a trip. I am someone who is spontaneous, but I'm a planner. I like things to have order and I love to take naps. Just so when, you know, we've already gotten to know you just with those a few words. And when we see you taking a nap, it's not like something's wrong. Or if you say you're a quiet person, but you're having a good time internally, then when you're quiet, no one is like, what's going on? Are you okay? If you're a party animal, no one is shocked because you've announced yourself on the first night as someone who loves to party, who loves to go out. So I find that after that first evening, the energy already is just, it feels so much better. It's aligned. It's more relaxed. There's less nerves. People are more comfortable with one another. They're comfortable enough to let their personalities out as well. And we have a good time.
I love it. And do you decide the duration of the trip? Does it depend on where you are going? Or do you have like a standard, I can't do more than these number of days?
Both. So it depends on the place, and then also I can't do a certain number of days, and I don't think anyone could do a certain number of days with
I
other
know.
people. I think it's to a point where like I miss home now. Now I miss
now
my
the
people.
true personalities come out and it's like you.
So we want you happy enough to by the time your true personality comes out, you're already going home.
It's time to go.
No, I'm kidding. But with certain trips, because I've been to the destinations, I've been there either too long and I feel like there's no need to be here this long unless now you're with maybe a partner and you guys want some downtime. So I measure it on that, on my experiences to say, I think 7 days is enough in Greece to do 2 islands, to do this, to do that, and to still have some time to relax in between. So that's how I measure the days almost,
Okay, I want to ask you about some of the challenges that you experience when you are hosting a trip. But before that, just, you know, one question that I often get about group trips is that, oh no, we must now do everything together. We must all dress the same, you know. So you mentioned that the theme is literally for the welcome evening where everybody wears the same and then the rest of the time do your thing. How do you make sure that, you know, even because what I do, even when I'm hosting a trip, I will always make sure there is time during that trip where I'm doing something on my own.
Yes.
You know? So for people who are like, actually, the only thing about group trips is that now must we do everything together all the time. How do you give that balance when you schedule your itinerary?
So with the group trips, so I just want to say the first evening is color themed, but it's also not compulsory. Okay. I always make it sure. I'm like, you don't even have to come to the dinner.
Mara, do you have to be that one who's there in brown when everybody's wearing pink?
It's a safe space. We will not judge you. You know, you might get some eyes from some people, but genuinely you need to do what makes you happy. Yeah. And that's the whole point of the trips. So I've had some ladies who are there, they're in the color theme, they've respected the theme, thankfully, but then they'll say, can I please just not be in the pictures? They just don't want to be a part of,
I love it,
you know, the pictures and everything like that. And then some people just don't pitch. They arrive, they have plans from day one. The dinner and what it's already wasting their time. They already have things that they want to do. So it's like, okay, no, enjoy yourself. As long as you're safe, we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. And then with regards to the moving as a group, we only move as a group during the excursions. Okay. So on the boat rides, if we have a boat ride, if it's that kind of trip, if we're doing quad biking, we'll go quad bike together. Just the activity is part of it. So the only time we're ever together as a group is on the first evening and during the excursions. Okay. Everything else, all other evenings are free. So I always say, all other evenings are free. And then in every trip, there's either 1 or 2 complete free days.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
So,
that is amazing.
That's how I
where
plan
you can do whatever you want to do.
Anything you want. So most of the time, by the time you have a free day, you've already kind of aligned with your people on the trip, and you guys will kind of plan something for yourself. But I always try and remind the travelers, Hore, remember why you came here. Some people are here because they're tired, they're fatigued. Some people need alone time. Some people need to meditate. Just make sure you get whatever you need out of this trip on top of having fun with people. Avoid by any means like I call it like a sheep-like behavior where you had a plan and now you're here. Now you're scared to just go sit on the beach by yourself in the morning. Now you need someone to go with you. And I think the group trips are a great opportunity for you to try that. Be by yourself, but like you're not alone.
Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, you're gonna help me. I'm gonna join one of your trips so I can just be, spoiled.
You're just a girl.
I'm just, and just be a Darshan. Linda, I wanna be a Darshan. So group challenges cannot be avoided. Have you ever experienced, I'm sure you have you experienced that? How do you manage those challenges when they come up mid-trip? And how do you make sure that whatever challenge does not ruin other people's experience?
Yes, I've definitely had challenges. You can't have 20 women in one place.
And 20 people in general.
But a woman, it takes it up a notch. I mean, I travel with women only, so I can only speak on women. But you can't have 20 people in a space for 7 days and not have any challenges.
True.
I think the biggest challenge I have is obviously everyone's trying to balance everyone's personalities and making sure that no one feels left out, no one feels disrespected, no one feels like any type of way. Everyone just needs to be comfortable. So I realized, and I've come to realize that my role in that is important more than anyone else's behavior. How I react to things that happen on the group trip is important. And I don't always find out. That's also it's a frustrating thing because I'll find out later.
Yeah, when why didn't you tell me?
And I'm like, why didn't you tell me when we were there that you like this happened or you didn't like this or someone engaged you like this or like that. But I have had challenges, nothing hectic, thankfully. And I hope it's like I pray to God it stays like that.
It stays that way.
It's just the little catty stuff where someone didn't like how someone spoke to them. And, I've asked someone to just relay a message to a group of people and they didn't like how that person came, she
like
came
now
here.
you are ordering us
Yes,
around.
yeah. We listen to you only. And in that moment you find there's no network. It has to be word of mouth. And while I'm telling these people on this side, I'm asking someone to just kindly go and ask someone, let everyone else know on the other side. And they don't appreciate that or it doesn't come off right or, But yeah, it's just, what's important is how I manage it.
Yes.
And I'm very objective and I always need to take myself out of the situation and try and see everyone's point of view.
Yes.
It's like the mediation and arbitration classes came in handy. They come in handy now. I'm like, whoa. It was frustrating in varsity when I was doing them, but now I'm like,
understand.
Okay, I fully understand this now.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, so you also spoke about having started a travel agency, and I want to link that with the conversation around people getting scammed by travel agents. What do you think? I mean, for people we're talking about group trips and people are sitting with that anxiety of, but how do I know my money is going to be safe? So what do you think what are some of the things that these individuals that are considering going on these trips need to do first before they hand over their money?
Yeah, I think the reality of it is you can be as safe as you want, but you'd still get scammed. You can still get scammed. That's just the baseline. That's just the foundation of it all, unfortunately. Right? I think there's been conversations online about the fact that the industry is not really regulated. And I'm not sure if things are being done to regulate and to hold people who scam people accountable. I mean, there's been some arrests and there's court cases and stuff with some of the agencies that have scammed people. Hopefully, when that ruling comes out, it sets like a precedent to the future. But I think people who are, when you're going to plan or book a trip with someone, don't be I mean, you know, like you were saying, I just want to be a girl. Like you can be a girl, but be a girl at the end only. Before that, make sure you're on top of everything. You know, you are paying a certain amount of money. There needs to be communication with you. In my instance, people pay on a monthly basis for a certain period. I can't keep quiet for 6 months. You can't pay and then I'm just quiet and until a week before we travel. Then you want to like, hey, wait, actually, the last time I spoke to you was February. It's September, you know, so you need to constantly communicate. If I'm not communicating or the agent or whoever you're booking with is not communicating, just follow up with them, right? And the tricky thing with group trips is we do group bookings, even with airlines. So I can't give you your ticket, even though you've paid in full. I can't give you your ticket
because it's
now
got everybody's
because it's got everyone's details. So I need everyone on that list to complete their obligation, and then the airline will release those tickets, right? So it's also a trust thing. So I can give you the booking reference, etc., for you to see, but you can't get the tickets as yet. And it's communication. Everything is communicated with the traveler. So I would say keep the communication open, number one. If you're paying money every single month, you need to get a statement of account of some sort. Just have the paper trail to...
Okay. This is how much you paid, this is how much is outstanding.
Do the due diligence of reviews, reading the reviews, checking online. And it's a challenge I had as well because a lot of the ladies I traveled with, no one was really writing a review and no one was really posting reviews as well. I mean, now some of them have and I'm grateful. But at first people would be like, where are the reviews? I don't see any reviews on you. And
how
I'm
do
like,
I know?
I don't know how to make the reviews appear. You know, like I've asked some of the ladies and they have. So with a lot of other people, just see if there's nothing, I think it's better than there being bad things. So if there's nothing, at least it's like, okay, I haven't seen anything bad. But if you go online and you see like, oh, there's a lot of people just complaining, they have their social media comments off. It's things like that where it's like red flags, little red flags where your social media comments are off. You are not communicating with me. There's no statement of account to show how much I've paid and, you know, you're not keeping up with it. There's no clear communication. And I mean, if I say we're staying at a certain hotel, I could provide the confirmation from the accommodation, or you could check it yourself if you're really, really anxious. But I think those are the most important things. But even with all of that, you could still, unfortunately,
it can still happen.
You can still get scammed. Right at the end, you could get to the airport and none of that even existed because people know how to cook these things.
Yeah, and I think the craziest thing is that it happens even to the well-traveled people. So yeah, it can happen to anyone, like you're saying, and it doesn't matter how careful you are, but try as much as you can to not be a dash. And
I tell people all the time, I still get scammed. Not gut travel, but just things in life. I was buying a bag the other week and they scammed me. The whole website was a scam.
Oh my God.
So those things, the moments like that where you realize, you know what, even you give people advice and then you yourself on that day, you're just not focused and you buy and only afterwards you're like, I didn't read the reviews. I didn't do all the steps that I'm supposed to do.
And I needed. Because you're also excited. And I really feel bad for people that get scammed when all they want to do is travel. Because some of them, they're traveling for the first time. They're nervous and there's so much anxiety around doing it for the first time. And then you part with your heart and money. And then, you know, it's really, it's sad.
And coming from the travel agency side, now that I've done the research and I'm now doing it, it's so hard to scam people.
Really?
So in the sense that how do you scam someone of all their money? How do you just completely not make a booking? That's something I just don't get it. It must be intentional because there's just no way. I mean, there's a loss. Maybe you book too late and then there's a loss in like my profit. But how do I just not book? It's just still a question in my mind. How do they just not completely a full booking and you don't even process anything?
Like you're saying, it must just be the intention. Intending to scam and make money. Come on. There are other things you can, but anyway, there aren't, never scam anyone. So what have been some of the trips that you've taken people on that you feel like this trip or these trips were a proper highlight, so perfect for group travel? And I also want to ask if there has been a trip that you did where you felt like, never again with a group.
Okay. Well, the one group destination that I think is perfect for group travel is Namibia. I think Namibia, the Namibia trips I've taken, it's just so beautiful. Like, I'm so happy. I don't like the long drives, but it makes it worth it because you're with a group of people. It's more, it mixes road trips.
Yeah. So if you love road trips, then yes. And there's just like nothing when you drive. It's just vast.
It's nothing.
There's nothing.
And then you arrive to this one place where we're all here. There's no, you can't say, no, I'm just going to go up the road. We're all
It's good for bonding.
Yes. We bond, we talk, the things we talk about. So Namibia, I love the Namibia trips. I don't do many, simply because the long drives.
They get to hectic. You. Yeah, but on Namibia, I just want to say Namibia is a beautiful, easy to access destination for South Africans. We can actually pay with your South African rands. You need to do currency conversions, and it's like 2-hour flight.
Yeah.
And for people who love driving,
6-hour
you can
drives.
even drive.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful destination, and not only for groups, as you know, with friends, family, amazing.
And it's got so much to give. Like each corner of it is so different. It's like you're in Spitzkoppe, you're in Swakopmund, you're in, like, it's so different.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. I love it.
Okay, so that's a highlight for your group trips.
It is. Zanzibar as well, but for obvious reasons.
Standard, yes.
And then I don't actually have one where I was like,
Never again with a group.
Never again with group. I have an excursion the way I'm like, I'm never doing this excursion, this activity. I'm never doing with a group. And it was a boat ride in Bali. We were supposed to, we're doing a full, island, going to Nusa Penida, and we got a private boat. Beautiful, nothing wrong with the boat or anything like that. It's just the water in Bali is so choppy. And I've read that it is, but I thought, the weather conditions were great, and we can have that water is so choppy.
Oh my word.
And our first stop was to swim with the manta rays, very deep waters. And by the time we got there and the boat stopped, it didn't even take 5 minutes. Everyone was sick. We have 14 people traveling. 12 were literally purging into the ocean. I'm one of the 12. As the host, I'm also there. I'm sick. And everyone is like, Pitsi. I'm like, I can't help. I wish there was a helicopter. I'm also miserable right now. We got to swim with the manta rays, which was beautiful. So magical. Such a once in a lifetime experience. Got back on the boat. We're ill. And then eventually we got onto Nusa Penida, and, everyone's kind of just trying to calm their bodies. And then we had a good time. We saw that view, that everyone kind of goes. But on our way back, the water's just as choppy.
Oh my gosh.
And as I was on that boat, I'm like, never again. I am never coming back here myself, let alone bringing anyone else.
And for you, it's double the stress. It's the experience, and it's the fact that I'm the one who brought people here.
I was like, if this boat goes, what then? I mean, I'll be under with it, but no. So that is something I don't do, and I've told the ladies that I'm going to be traveling with. I'm going to Bali soon, and I said to them, I've removed this excursion for this reason. But if you still want to go to this place, it's not that it's a terrible place.
You can
do it at your own risk and at your own time. During your free time, you can just do the entire day.
I like that you give that flexibility. There's an open 1 or 2 days during the trip where people can actually do some of the things that may not be on your itinerary, but they may want to do them. So they've got that freedom to do that. You also mentioned that when someone does not want to be in the photos, they just let you know, and you will happily exclude them, because at the end of the day, it's their trip. They pay the money. They have to enjoy. So really, really love that. What do you think for people who are joining group trips? What makes what's the mindset for someone who's joining a group trip? When I've booked now, I've given you the money because I trust you. Now, what's the mindset that I need to bring when I'm coming to that group trip?
I think you need to be open and positive. The reality is the energy you bring is what you're going to get out. Because we've all stopped our lives and paid our money to join this thing. No one is going to have time to necessarily nurse whatever you're going through from where you come from, because we don't know. We all arrive with our own, issues, our own joy, our own happiness, our own excitement. So I think just coming in open-minded and understanding that all the people that you're going to meet are from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Different like industries. Some of them are exhausted, some aren't, some are frustrated, some are mothers, they're tired, they just need a break, some are wives, So when you come in with an open attitude and personality, open enough to just accept people, and then you'll be vulnerable with who you feel comfortable with. But if you arrive with an attitude and you're angry at the world because you left home angry at the world, and you arrive in that destination angry at the world, you're not going to receive no one is going to receive you well, and you're not going to get any like comfort or the joy. And then you find that you're having a miserable time because people have kind of iced you out.
Yeah.
But you're not really realizing you've iced out because of how you presented yourself from day one. I mean, if you have an attitude or I don't know, you're just offish, I'm not going to know why.
So Pitsi, in that instance, like, okay, not in that instance particularly, but you've got different types of people joining your group. Some people are famous, other people are not. And we all come, other people are, big jobs and other. So, but how do you make sure that we don't bring all of those in the trip? Like everybody, we all equal footing and stuff like that.
So I think I've been blessed enough to have a lot of like influencers, I would say my peers, because I'm in the same category,
you are there, right? With me.
Join my trips. And at first people thought it was like paid campaigns and I'm paying them, but I've never actually used an influencer for any campaign. I'm just fortunate enough to have my peers in the industry trust me as well to say, okay, I want to join one of these trips,
have fun,
and they book the same way everyone else does. They go on the website, they click the link, they add their details. I find out on the back end, oh, okay, she's joining the trip. Oh, this is nice. Oh, okay, and there's an internal pressure for me. Well, in the beginning, I don't have that now actually, but there was like why? Like why is Lelo joining my trip? How utlong jaja, and then I'm just here to have a good time. And thankfully, all the influencers and celebrities or anyone of stature who's joined has shown themselves to just be such normal people as well. Even on the trips, I think I haven't had anyone who's come to me and said, you treated this one like this, or you treated that one like that, which also boils down or goes back to me. I have to then say, okay, it's nice that she joined. You like that. You guys are peers. They trust you. But everyone there is on the same standing.
Love it.
You cannot treat this one better than that one. We all have the same room types. There's no one that's getting an extra balcony or, a swimming pool or whatever. So they've all also acted accordingly. Like just as normal people, they're there to have a good time. They're there with either a friend or by themselves. So it made it easier for me. I didn't have to draw the line and say, hey, Chomi, I know there, Tola di goodie bag and what. No, here, this is just a normal trip. So
when you go to all of these places over and over again, I don't mind repeating places. How do you feel about having to go back to all of these places?
I don't mind anymore. Yeah, in the beginning, I was like, I don't want to go back there. But having gone back to places has made me fall in love with the places even more, because the first time you miss so much. You actually don't see much because you're so excited. You look past the little alleys, you look past those small shops, and the second time you're there, you have more time, you're more relaxed. You don't want to take a picture there because you already have one. So when you're walking in the alleys, for instance, of Stone Town, you're no longer just trying to look for the doors.
Now you're seeing more than just the doors.
You see, there's a man that's actually making jewelry from scratch here. There's a lady who can sew your dress from scratch. There's paintings, there's this, there's that. Whereas before it was just like, is that door nice? I just want the door and all of the aesthetic stuff. So I enjoy going back to places now, and I encourage it. I'm just like, you come back with your husband, come back with your kids when you have kids, come back at a later stage to see more. Because you've enjoyed it as a girls' trip, come back solo maybe, come back. And I've had some travelers actually go back to places with me. Yeah, like I had a New Year's Eve, I had some repeat Zanzibar travelers who were in Zanzibar before with me. And they came back. They're coming back again.
But it's also that type of destination. I mean, I went once in 2016 and I said, I'm going to go back. I still haven't been. Maybe I'll join one of yours.
Yeah.
If you are enjoying this conversation, I would appreciate if you could like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me bring more of these conversations, and it also helps other travelers find this podcast. So my last question is, I often get, when people join my trips, they will say, oh, I was so nervous. I was so scared of joining because I thought it's only for young people. And I thought I was too old. And I'm like, but Linda, I'm old. So, so when you plan your trips, do you have a specific age range in mind? Or is anyone welcome? How do you determine that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the answer is everyone's welcome. But what I have on the website is I have an age restriction in the sense that there's some places where I know the activities need someone who can physically withstand them, like 80 kV and like with the quad biking, the river rafting, things like that. So I wouldn't want someone to feel shortchanged because they've paid for a package and now they're sitting on the sidelines not doing certain activities. So I have the age limit at 21, I think to 55, but I've had travelers over those ages. I had a lovely lady, she joined, she's 65. Amazing, fit, fashionista. Joined our Brazil trip, and she had a great time. We had a great time. So there's no age restriction. It's just it was just that actually limits me. If we're quad biking, what are you going to do? What should I find an alternative for you? I don't want you to feel left out or to feel shortchanged.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so now 2026, where are we going? Do you have of course you do have group trips planned. What are the group trips that are still available for us to book? And do you only release for the year and then 2027 is coming up later, or
yes? So 2026 is already out and it's full-ish. I'm kidding. Most of them are full. I updated recently on my Instagram and everyone is like, no. And the worst thing is to have a trip sold out.
Yeah.
So it's also that thing of don't hesitate. One of the hesitation is like, there's the same thing with friends saying later. Now you're battling with your own mind to say, I'll book. And then you go and you decide, let me try today, and it's sold out. Yeah. So I have a number of destinations coming up this year. We have Zanzibar. We have.
Do you do Zanzibar? How many times a year do you have the Zanzibar trip?
I do 3 normal ones, and then now I've added New Year's Eve as well.
Okay.
So there's like 3, might be 4. So it might be it's about 4 or 5 in a year in total.
That makes sense.
Yes.
And there's demand, so then the supply must also be there.
It shocks me all the time. I'm like, there's more people that want to do Zanzibar. That's amazing. There's Zanzibar, there's Mauritius, there's Bali, there's Thailand, there is Turkey, Greece, Morocco.
Ooh.
I'm excited about Morocco. And so
and Brazil. How can you forget
Brazil? Sorry, in the New Year's Eve trips, there's Brazil.
I want to get invited to Brazil. That's why Oh, nice.
So there's Brazil, and then there's 2 other New Year's Eve trips. I haven't put them out yet. I'm still deciding.
Thinking about it. Okay.
Yeah, should finalize.
Hey, this is a proper business.
Keeping
you busy, ne?
Yes, very busy. That's and amazing. Now I've had to, get the education on it as well. Yes. Formally, that's what I'm doing. Getting everything, making sure I'm compliant with everything. There's a lot of things in the background that take place other than just the nice
just
stuff.
The pictures. Yes. There's a lot of it. Yes. And I think that's very important and so great that you're doing that, because it's a business, and let's treat it like a business. For any business, we think about people need to be accredited and qualified and whatever. Correct. And that's what you're doing. So I really, really love just how you handle it. It's not a side hustle. Like I handle it like a side hustle.
No, I did at first. At first it was like, okay, and then you realize there's tax things that are involved. You're like, I didn't know. Now you have to correct everything. So it's important. If you're gonna, even if it's a hobby, it's fine, but make sure that everything you're compliant is in order.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All your papers have to be in order.
Okay, wow, thank you. You've given us a lot, and I wish we had more time, but I think I could keep you here all day. But now that I've got your number, get on the side. Yes. But what I wanted to ask, so for someone who's watching and is like nervous about joining the trip, they want to do it, but they're nervous. What would you say to that person?
I would say take the leap, take that chance. There's a reason it keeps nudging you. It's not just for nothing. You know, there's a reason the thought keeps coming at you. There's a reason that the thought keeps coming back. So just take a leap of faith. With me, we'll have a good time. I'm a good time. I talk forever. And you'll be shocked at what happens on the trip. You're either going to discover and find yourself, you're going to find new people, friendships have formed that have lasted. I mean, in the beginning, you said that you met two ladies who are now traveling together. You find the travel buddies, but there's friendships that I've seen form beyond that. You know, they now like they are in each other's lives.
Yes, fully. Yeah.
Just from meeting on a trip somewhere.
No, I also love group trips for that reason as well. I think it's just beautiful way to form this sisterhood and just find your tribe, literally. Yeah.
Definitely.
Pitsi, thank you so much for the beautiful conversation. Really, really. And actually to everyone, I just met her like today for the first time. I just saw her online and I was like, yo, I need to have a conversation with her. But thank you for making the time.
Thank you so much for
having
me. Thank you.
Awesome. So for those of you who are scared of traveling with strangers, look at us. So friendly faces. Just come, let's go. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy, please like, please share, please leave a comment and subscribe. And I will see you again on the next one. Bye.
Toodles. Do I say bye as well?
Yes. Bye.